Can you post on Discord, blast it out that we're doing live right now?
Yeah, as soon as the video loads, I can do
Okay. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another live stream from the Scalar Learning channel. And Happy New Year, everyone. By the way, this is kind of exciting because this is the first time I've done this. I've been wanting to do this for a long time, but this is the first time, so we'll see how it goes, and if people like it, we'll do more of them. But this is a SAT Q&A. I figured it would be cool to start the new year off with one of these, and I know a lot of people are taking the SAT this March. I'm taking it this March as well, so I'm part of that crew. And also some people got their December scores back, might want to ask questions about that, want to ask questions about prep, and all sorts of different things. So welcome to the live Q&A. And I know also we're about to blast out to Discord and let everybody know what's going down. In the meantime, I'll just quickly talk about our SAT video course for math as well. If you guys are interested, you can click on the description link below. It's $30 a month. It is, in my opinion, the best that's out there. We got 4 practice tests right now with video explanations for every single question done in my style, straight to the point with really good detailed explanations. And this content is only available through the video course. Plus, there's a bunch of other videos and kind of general strategies and tips. And we've taken some of the content on YouTube and organized it in a really helpful way. So I definitely do recommend it if you're interested in that. And of course, if not, we've got tons of free content on YouTube. All right, here we go. Hello, White Code. What's up? I went from 570 to 7720. Amazing. 150-point jump. Fantastic. So, Mohammed, if you're interested, by the way, in making a video testimonial for the channel, please let us know. You can email us at the email below, tutoring@scalarlearning.com, and I'd love to interview you. I will be interviewing you if you're interested, and we'll post the video for other people to hear your story. So thank you so much. What's up, N? Welcome. By the way, do you guys have any questions about the SAT? Any questions about the math section, the verbal section too? We can talk about all that stuff. So let me know. I see more people are joining. Welcome. What's up, Bruno? Nice to see you. Again, this is for you guys, an open forum for people to ask questions. The kids are gaining crazy skills. Thanks, Robert. Yeah, I hope so. We've been having some cool results. I've been getting messages on the YouTube channel and elsewhere. Matt, yeah, you can do both. White Code. You can ask math questions. Obviously, that'll be more my expertise. If you have general SAT questions, I'll do my best to answer those as well. Shozab, what's up? Whatever you guys got, post the questions in the chat. And by the way, I don't know if you guys know this, but the reason why I'm only able to take certain SAT test dates like this March is because those are the dates when the QAS reports are available. And those are the reports where the SAT kind of gives you the questions and the answers and the whole kind of breakdown of the SAT. So they don't like tutors like me to take it on other test dates where they're not planning to release the test questions and all that stuff. So just in case you guys are wondering, why don't I take the SAT like every month? Actually, I wish I could, but I cannot. Okay, what's up, Joel? So thank you guys for saying hello and jumping on. Appreciate it. It looks like we don't have any questions yet, per se. So I'm just gonna kind of wait and let you guys run this. Maybe it might be even a better time to do this closer to the test date. Perhaps we'll get more questions then, and more people wanting to know certain things. What's up, Andrew? Our vertex questions. You have questions about vertex questions. Oh, Robert, that's a good question. So, in general, on the SAT, I think synthetic division will be just fine. So it's usually for those questions where you're trying, like they convert the top, basically a rational polynomial type of thing into like the quotient plus the remainder. So usually synthetic will be okay. I've seen times where it's not, and that's when the denominator, the polynomial in the denominator, it has a leading coefficient. So there's been a handful of times in practice problems where I've seen that you actually do need long division. So if you look at my critical concept videos, I actually teach both the synthetic and the long division version. If you want to be extra safe, I'll say both. But if you have to choose one, I would say synthetic. It's easier, it's faster, etc. What's up, Sahith? Okay, vertex questions. I mean, I'm not sure what your... are vertex questions usually common in the SAT? Yeah, for quadratics, absolutely. Meaning, it can come in a number of ways, right? You could have questions in vertex form. You have to identify the vertex. You have questions where they're in standard form. You have to identify the vertex using the x value. The vertex is negative b over 2a. So all sorts of ways that you'll have to be familiar with figuring out sometimes there'll be an intercept form. You have to find the vertex, and that's not too bad, because if you know that the vertex is right in between the intercepts, so you have an x-intercept at 4 and an x-intercept at 8, the vertex is at 6. So those types of things absolutely are very common. What should I use to practice if I finish all the College Board official practice tests? Okay. So Vanch, I'm going to pull up a video for you right now because I've had this question so many times, so I made a video to kind of answer it. SAT Math Resources, the scalar. So here is a video for you, and I'm going to share it in the link. So this kind of gives all my favorite math resources and written, also some video stuff that I think would be phenomenal for you. As I mentioned too, we've got our SAT video course now is out. So this is before that was released when I shot this video. You can find our course in the description link below. The thing about our course is it's a monthly subscription, so you can sign up and then you can cancel later as well. Whenever you can go as long as you want, but it's month to month. Obviously, I think it's the best. But you're welcome to try other resources as well from this video. I took the November test, and there was one question I just haven't seen before, but I can't ask it because College Board. Yeah, got you. Oh, wait. What did it say, Andrew? It's been so long since I caught one of your streams. Oh, right on. Yeah, well, if you remember the type of question or anything, try and, Andrew, and try and tell me, and I'll do my best to describe it. What is pre-calculus? Pre-calculus, it's kind of like mixed in with, it's a lot of repetitive material also with Algebra 2, but it's kind of, I would say in general, it's like a lot of the content from Algebra 2 plus trigonometry plus some of the early pieces of calculus. Sorry, I'm just going to go back to this. The earlier pieces of calculus, like the fundamental theorem of calculus, how to like basically begin to get the equation of the process to find derivatives, stuff like that. But by the way, there's not really much pre-calc on the SAT. I don't know if you're wondering that, but I have a question on trig, which is, should we memorize the formulas for? Yes, you should memorize sine, cosine, tangent. Look, if you want to know what you need to know, look at my critical concept series. It's right here. I'll show you. Here is the critical concept series. This is everything. So if you have questions on stuff, just watch this. And you should know everything on there. What are your thoughts about upcoming trends that the College Board is trying out in the experimental section? General, what do those questions tell you about the CB wants to take the test for? Yeah, okay. So like for example, the last experimental section, they don't release that, so I don't really want to talk about the specifics of what was on there. And to be honest, I can't even remember what was on there, but I will tell you this. I remember it was really hard in comparison to the rest of the SAT. And I mean, granted, with my math background and everything, I'm pretty sure I got all the questions right, but it was definitely a lot harder. But I don't know. I really don't know how they factored those results into the evolution of the SAT. What I have noticed, a couple of different trends, this is stuff that's publicly available. I do notice that they seem to be doing more box and whisker plots. I don't know why, but that seems to be something. I've noticed they're doing more of those graphs of like, the 1 over x type of functions that go whoosh and like that with asymptotes. I feel like I've seen an uptick in those types of questions. And what else? I don't know. Those are the two things right now that kind of stand out to me that I've seen more of. What's up, Abigail? Is it too ambitious for a goal of 1,400 when your baseline is around 1020 to 1090? Okay, this person, N, that would depend. So I would need to know, number one, for your baseline, did you get it with zero preparation, number one? Number two, what is your math score? Because the math is usually easier to raise. Like, for example, if you're at a math score of 500, for you to raise it to a 700 is not unrealistic at all. It's just you're going to have to put in a lot of work. You're going to have to practice hard, and you're going to need to really relearn or learn or whatever, all the critical concepts. You're just going to have to work really hard. So it's not unrealistic. It's a big jump, right? We're talking about over a 300-point jump. But, I mean, no, I wouldn't say it's unrealistic because you can see on my testimonial videos, people have had jumps of that magnitude if you include the math and English. Do you know when December 4th SAT? Yeah, it should have been out already. My student, for one of my clients who took it on December 4th, got it 13 days later. So got the results on, I believe, December 17th. So Kareem, I would definitely call the College Board immediately. I don't know why you haven't gotten it yet. What are some strategies to significantly boost my score in SAT section when math is not my strong suit? Well, Alicia, so how long, I don't know how acquainted you are with my YouTube channel, with Scalar Learning YouTube channel, but like, for example, if you want to talk about strategies, I'm going to post this. This is probably like my most popular series, is these critical concept strategies, or like, 41 strategies. So I would check this series out if you want to. Yeah, and then also you're saying math is not your strong suit. Again, critical concept series. This will hit up a lot of things. And then the other thing you should do is watch my walkthroughs. I think these probably have been the most helpful overall for people. Because then if you can watch me solve the test in real time and go through the analysis and whatnot, you can learn from that. And I feel like that's where people have gotten their biggest gains. So I would go through those different series and see what you can do. But you got to work hard. You got to do a lot of work, a lot of practice. Okay, Vanch, you paid the $17 to see the questions, but I can't see them. Well, Vanch, when did you take the SAT? Because if you took it in December, the questions are not available. You probably got the score report, whatever it is, not the QAS report. QAS is only available on certain dates. I'm guessing that's why you can't see the question. I have problems with reading section. What can I do to improve it? 1480 SAT. Well, what's your reading score? What's your English score now, and what do you want it to go to? And also, let me send you our English tips video from Olivia. So here's some good English reading tips that can help. So Olivia's kind of our resident English SAT and ACT master. So it's probably better that you hear from her than me. How many mistakes can I make to get a 750 plus from the math section? It depends on each. Here, I'm going to show you guys something. College Panda SAT curve. So this is a really cool thing that you can see. So if you want a 750 plus, so you notice it's around here, but these are like different curves, okay? So you can see when the tests are easier or considered to be easier, you can only get 3 wrong and still get a 750. But then if you look down here for some of the more difficult tests, you could get 7 wrong. Now, I don't see that very often. This is like a really, really hard curve. That was back in 2017. I would say that's pushing it. But, I would say a reasonable thing would say you can get about 4 wrong. I'd say that's like in the middle. That seems realistic. But even if you really need above a 750, I would try to get 3 or less wrong, and you'd be pretty safe. Unliving still don't release. They said you have to wait 4 weeks, and I did, but still. Okay. Hi, I'm a senior. Do you think it is worth it to retake my SAT score as a transfer student in the future? That is a good question. I don't even know if the colleges consider the SAT score that heavily when you transfer. I know they look at your first year grades very carefully. Honestly, I don't know. You know what I would do is this. If you know particularly the schools that you want to transfer to, you should call them and talk to their admissions offices and be like, hey, do you guys look at the SAT? How much do you weigh it? Would you recommend I take it again? That would be the best place, I think, to figure out the answer to that question. How much do you know about SAT curves? I got 2 wrong in the November test and got a 790. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I got this thing pulled up, so I know a fair amount. What's your question exactly, Andrew? And in terms of that, yeah, if you give me a little more details, maybe I can address your question a little better. Let me see if I missed any questions. Okay. Cool. The only thing I did to study was watch your perfect 814. Dude, that's awesome. It's a great score, 1450. So the perfect 800 math videos. So those are the one, I think Alicia, I was saying, those are the series that's really popular. And that's phenomenal. How many practice tests did you take? I'd be curious to know. And maybe like, maybe you started with a high baseline, so you didn't need that much work, but that's phenomenal. Let's see. What else we got, ladies and gentlemen? The floor is open right now. And thank you guys for the likes. I know you guys always hook me up with the likes. We already got 13 likes. Awesome. For our I think our intimate audience here of people that have joined. So I appreciate the love as always. Oh, what was my first SAT score? Great question. Nobody's asked me that, I think, before. If I remember correctly, when I took my first diagnostic, and again, this is back in the day in 1996 or 97 or something like that. Or 96, yeah. I think my first, I know it was in the 1200s. I want to say like a 1220. Or was it even lower? I want to say very low 1200s. And then I ended up, like on practice tests, I was getting in the 1450s when I was in high school. But then on the real deal, I got a 1410. So that's what I applied to colleges with. But my math was I think it was a 770, I want to say. So I didn't even get it perfect on the math when I was in high school. Obviously, you guys see my scores now, and it's a different ballgame. I did a lot of practice, but if I would have known now what I know, known then what I know back. If I would have known then what I know now, it would have been a different game. That's why I try and convey the same stuff to you guys. Sorry, stream seems to be a bit delayed, but how do they determine the curve? Like, I feel like the November math wasn't that. Oh, yeah. I went to University of Michigan for my college. But so how do they determine the curve? It's they state it publicly. It's through a process they call equating. And with equating, it's actually not a curve. So technically, we shouldn't say that the SAT is curved because they say it's not. And what I mean by that is a curve is something that is determined after the fact. So it basically say, okay, this many people did this well, this many people got 7 wrong, this many people got 10 wrong. So according to how people did, we're going to say that 1 wrong is an 800, 3 wrong is a 780, blah, blah. That does not happen. Equating is a process that occurs prior to the administration of the test. So people at the College Board or wherever will look at the SAT and say, man, this looks harder than the last test or easier than the last test, maybe based on the distribution of what they determine to be easy, medium, and hard questions. And then based on that, they say, okay, we should have a curve where 3 wrong is a 780, 4 wrong is a 760, etc. But it's done internally, so we don't. That's about as much detail as publicly is released. And by the way, don't let college counselors, on that note, don't let them tell you, hey, don't take the August SAT or don't take the October SAT because so many people take it, so it's more competitive, so the curve is worse, blah, blah, blah. It's like, well, and so many college counselors have said that to students of mine. And I've had to correct, I've had to talk to the parents and make the correction and be like, well, that's just not how it works. And if you just do any basically quick cursory reading on the College Board website, you see that's nonsense. So just beware, because a lot of college counselors, for some reason, have that notion in their mind. I don't know where it came from. What do you think is more important for college? A better GPA or better? I mean, that's such a subjective question, right? In terms of how much better is the GPA, how much better is the SAT score, and where they lie. How would I even answer that? I don't even know if I should even give an answer to that, because here's the thing. It's like, if you're asking that question to decide, hey, I need to devote more time to SAT or grades or whatever, I think you should be able to 100% do both. And the reason why is because, like, for example, you might have the summer to prepare. Like, you don't need 2-3 years to prepare for the SAT. Like, some students can do it in like 3 to 6 months and just have massive improvement, especially when the summer, when you've got nothing else to do but prep. So I would say, I mean, in general, they're roughly considered to be, I think, pretty equal in terms of their weight. So I'm kind of like trying to avoid that, answer that exactly. Because I don't even know what the particular equation is, but I do know that they're roughly equivalent. So anyways, I guess what I'm trying to say is I wouldn't even think about the answer to that. I would just try and focus on boosting both of those, working hard in school, but then, of course, putting in the requisite time to make sure you get your optimal SAT or ACT score. Oh, sorry. Keep yawning. But thank you for the question, Jeremiah. What else we got? All right, what is a good SAT score for an athletic scholarship? I think that depends on the school, and it's a tricky situation too because it probably depends as well on your athletic abilities, like how much the school particularly wants you and stuff like that. But there's probably, I assume there's minimums at schools, and it might vary, but I don't know the answer to that, unfortunately. Oh, wait. I did make this video, everything you need to know about the SAT. So this might answer some questions.
1080 to 13.
So I did go through some different scholarship questions. There's more for like academic scholarships. Let's see. There's my whole thing on. Here we go. SAT for scholarships. So these are just like the types of scholarships you can qualify for based on a certain SAT score at different universities, because it's university specific. I think those are just, this is just the examples I give. So there's tons more that you can find. Yeah, I'll post this video as well. As of now, I mean, honestly, the one I've been focused on trying to make it the best resource possible is our video course. So that'd probably be it. But I haven't been nothing has come across yet that I've looked at and been like, oh, this one's incredible or whatnot. Somebody mentioned there's some online platform, I'm blanking on it, that I do need to check out that people have referred to me, or a couple people did, but I haven't checked it out yet. Hey, what's up, Nubis? Yeah, it's great to see you too again. Okay, guys, I can see the questions are kind of winding down, and I think this was really cool. We did a nice, like, about a half an hour, and just let me know in the comments or whatever if you want to see more of these Q&As. You want me to schedule them out, we can do them on Fridays. It's super fun for me just to get to talk to you guys and connect a little bit. And join our Discord community too if you want. That's in the description link below as well. It's totally free, and you can talk to other people, ask other people questions as well. Thank you guys so much for joining, and I will see you all in the next video.